Hey, what's up guys, Leshmajan from TechRaman, and I have here the newly launched Oppo F3. In this video, I'm going to give you a quick review of this phone. Oppo F3 comes with a 5.5-inch display with a full HD resolution. And let's begin with the design. So it looks like almost all the rest of the other Oppo devices. There is no change in the design language. It's a typical Oppo design language, which is also very similar to the Vivo. On the rear side, we have the Oppo branding, 13-megapixel rear camera, and a LED flash and an antenna cutout up and down. On the right side, we have here the power button as well as the SIM tray. This is not a hybrid dual SIM, so we can have two SIMs as well as a micro SD card. On the left side, we have the volume rocker. And the top we have just a microphone, and the bottom has the micro USB port, audio jack, microphone, and a speaker. This is a chrome finish around the sides. At the front we have here the home button, which also acts as a fingerprint sensor. And the top we have the dual camera, which is the highlight of this phone. So it has a dual selfie setup as well as a earpiece grill and sensors. So as I mentioned, it comes with a 5.5-inch display. The display looks pretty good, full HD resolution, and there is nothing to complain about this display, and even the viewing angles are pretty nice. And let's take a quick look at the hardware setup of this phone. The phone runs on MediaTek chipset MT6750T octa-core processor, 4GB RAM, and it runs on Android version 6.0 with its own color, Oppo's own ColorOS version v3.0 running on it. Storage is a healthy 64GB storage, out of which you get 54.4GB user available, and additionally you also can have a micro SD card in case this is not sufficient, but for most this should be good enough. The fingerprint sensor is pretty neat. It's very accurate and very fast. And you can also app lock. So I have locked my photo album, so with my fingerprint I can unlock the apps. There are gesture motions, so you have some quick gestures. It supports one hand operation, so you can minimize the screen size to either to the left or right. You can draw O to launch the camera, draw V to turn the flashlight. So these are some of the gesture options that comes with this UI. And then there is also smart call options. So you can auto call when placed close to the ear, auto answer when placed close to the ear, switch to speaker for calls, and also flip the phone to mute incoming calls. So these are the smart call options that comes in this phone. And then there is also a clone app feature, so you can duplicate apps, and say like you have a WhatsApp app, you can duplicate the WhatsApp app. And if you're having two SIMs in the phone, you can have two SIMs associated with the two WhatsApp accounts, so you can have two WhatsApp account for the SIM numbers. So clone apps is also finding its way here. The battery is a healthy 3200 mAh, and it supports hook fast charge, so you can go a full day, and and it charges also pretty fast. So now let's go to the camera, which is the highlight of this phone. So camera, as I mentioned earlier, is a 13 megapixel rear camera, and the rear camera images also comes pretty nice, and you can see the low light performance seems to be pretty good, and the photos are pretty decent enough for this segment. And in the camera mode, we have here the Ultra HD mode, color filters. There are a lot of color filters to choose from, and you can. And there are also some watermarks which has been included in the UI. And it has a GIF animation maker, double exposure, and a export mode, which is the manual mode. So you can control the auto white balance, exposure, ISO, shutter, focus, and raw. You can even take a raw pictures. So now let's move to the front camera, which is the highlight of this phone. So front camera has a time lapse, video, photo, beauty. Beauty has a beauty 4.0 filter, so you can apply many filter for your beauty filter. And then there is a panorama selfie. So you can take a panorama selfie, which is for group selfie. In case there are many people, when you are taking a selfie, you can enable this panorama mode, and you can see the panorama mode enabled here. And then you can tilt the phone, and it takes a panorama selfie. Panorama selfie comes really good, so you can get a wider area, so you can include many people into your group selfie. And then there is also something called a blur effect, which is the bokeh effect. You can see a blob over here. So when you enable that, you can take a bokeh effect photos. So like I take a photo here, you can see the background getting faded out or softened. So when you take a selfie, you get a selfie with a soft background, but this is done by the software. So the selfie, the software bokeh effect is not very effect. Sometimes it comes good, sometimes it's like hit and miss. So you can see even my cheeks over here got blood in process. So it depends on how you position your camera, the angle, and it comes straight. If you take a straight selfie, you can see the background equally softened. So it depends again how you take the selfie with this. And you can take a video. There's even a time lapse for the front camera, and then because of the wide angle lens, you can see an option here. So you can take a wide angle selfie or a normal selfie. So you can see the difference over here. So this is the highlight of the phone. The highlight of the phone, of course, is the what we talked about right now, is the dual camera. So this comes with the 16 megapixel camera and another 8 megapixel 120-degree wide angle lens in the dual camera setup. So selfie comes very nice, and of course in case you want to play a bit of gaming, it does manage to play a decent level of gaming also, and it handles almost all the games, though the graphic rendering seems to suffer a bit. So that's about the Oppo F3 Plus quick review. Hope in this video give us a thumbs up if you like it, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. This is Lesh Bhajan signing off for TechRaman. Have a great day. Cheers.